All right, hey, this is Act 2 of the podcast. We're getting right back into it. If you missed Act 1, go back and listen to that thing. Otherwise, this isn't going to make any sense. Okay, see ya.
Your name never came up to produce the Westwood One show. I didn't stop you from getting a job over there. I absolutely did not. And I'm not going to watch not going to watch your
even
dumb
this guy
video.
Ron is like, I want to hear what he says. Opie can't get out of his own way. You finally have something that's interesting. I mean, you might get something out of it if you would just relax for a minute and let him speak.
Where you trash me. Go have a good life and leave me alone. I don't even know what you do. Jesus, these guys are crazy.
Hung up on him.
Hold on. Who is that?
That's Erock, who
Ron doesn't even know who it is. I don't know who Ron is.
That's the first time I talked to him in many, many years. Who's
Erock? That sounds familiar, by the way.
Erock was
I think this guy Ron runs a bar or something.
One of the main producers of Opie and Anthony. He did very, very good stuff for us. I'm not going to lie. I can't lie about it.
Are you surprised he just called you?
Ron doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He was just in the chat, you idiot.
No, I guess not.
When's the last time you spoke to this guy?
Hear what he said? He goes, I got a video that lays out the whole thing. Why would I go and watch that? And he's trying to say that I prevented him from getting a job at Westwood. It's not true. When I left SiriusXM, I wanted to reinvent myself, and I didn't want all the same fucking idiots around me. So his name didn't even come up to produce my show.
Boy, they're coming out of the woodwork today, Opie.
Oh, well, E-Rock's part of the cool club now. You know, he was hired by Anthony, who Anthony used to talk mad shit about this guy, but he falls for that, and he worked for Anthony, and I'm sure his eyes were open to Anthony's BS.
Oh, he's an Anthony guy.
He is.
Anthony Opie. I'm sorry. Erock has never said anything to me negative about Anthony at all, ever.
He drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah, the guy drank the Kool-Aid. He's all in with Anthony. But with that said, during the Opie and Anthony years, Erock was a soldier, and he did a lot of really, really good stuff for the show. And that's that.
Wait a minute.
But I guess I'm supposed to watch a video where he lays it all out.
To watch it.
I go watch this stuff.
Yeah, he has watched it. I can guarantee you he watched it. Old man, what'd you say? Old man screams in clouds. It's easy to find on Erock's YouTube channel. Now it's worth it to check that out. Oh my God. I don't know what he means by the cool kids. My thought is, this all kind of started to unfold. Carl has a lot to do with this. Who on his own started to review shows, and then Opie got into his crosshairs. And eventually it kind of took off from there. And I remember Carl told me how surprised he was. Yeah, Anthony Cumia follows my show. Oh, my God. So we thought that was so cool. And, God, what an idiot. Erock says he lied so much there. Bread Bowl Brain Chris says, Eric, I was in the building at Westwood One. They brought me into the office when I was hired for a different show there. Look at the top of the screen. He left my comment up there the entire time. Yes. Oh. Bob says, because most still talk to Anthony in some capacity, but like maybe one or two stayed in touch. With Opie. Megan says Opie went STFU, reminds me of Rush. Yeah, he's awful. And it doesn't have to be. I think if Opie wasn't all like emotional about these moments, there has to be a moment where he's like calm to some degree. And he can formulate intelligent sentences. I think. I'm actually giving him benefit of the doubt, where he could actually just listen for a little bit and talk. Cole says that is Ron the waiter, not Erock on the bottom. For those of you that didn't know, yeah, Ron fills in with him. Nick says it's a real toss-up what Greg is worse. Oh, I think Opie is way worse than Free Beer. You know? David says his show sounds like it's the worst. It's not really a show. He doesn't really do anything. If you were to, you can only handle a few minutes of what Opie does. It's very, very difficult to even process. In fact, when I go back and listen to old things that they did when they were Opie and Anthony, I have noticed that he wasn't really the driving force of the comedy, but at least he wasn't like unhinged in the way that he is now. There was a lot of interesting things that took place on that show that I found unusual and good. But I think the thing that stood out to me the most was everybody was interesting except him. But it was okay because as a whole, the show was excellent. I loved what they did. The comedy of it was one of the best, in my opinion. Not for everybody, but yeah, they were great. It's just too bad that as time passed, it's just gotten even more crazy. People say that about me, though. I get people saying that about me who listen to my old show, and because I do things like review Free Bear and Hot Wings, which I try to do intelligently, calmly, they say that I'm crazy. They say that I'm the old man yelling at clouds. And I'm like, how the fuck can you possibly say that? I mean, my God. All right. That is really interesting. And I'm glad he took the call because you had said to him many times, at least more than once, send me the link. Send me the link. God damn it, I'll talk to you. But then he doesn't really give you a chance. So that could have actually been excellent. Again, Opie can't get out of his own way. His whole thing about, I just wanted to be a part of everybody, away from everybody and do my own thing. Well, what you do isn't great, and you can't be happy with the result. I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he actually is doing awesome. Okay? But that's an opportunity to actually do something interesting there. Have Erock on. Bob says, you are yelling at clouds. I'm sorry, not Bob. Molly says, you are yelling at clouds. Yup. Some would agree with that. All right. Thank you. That makes me feel like a real asshole. Thank you. All right. I am going to break because I've been I rattled off a nice solid minute. So I am going to take a quick breather, and I will be back in moments. Okay? Plenty more where that came from. Stick around, please. Make sure the music is looped. I will be back. Thank you. Enjoy the dogs. All right. Outstanding. So the other day I was... Pooh Bear said, can you bring me some food? I'm at the YMCA doing our job at the daycare. I go, absolutely. I'll make you a sandwich. Get the food. I'm walking through the parking lot, and I noticed that there was a lady getting out of a car, and she was really interesting because I think she was probably like 70 years old, but in remarkable shape. You could just tell the way she moved and carried herself. She was what is the term when their body is excellent, but their face is butterface. She was a butterface. So, like, ultimately, I did get a good look, but her face, well, look at this, an old 70, like rough, like 95 face. But her body, I could tell, it looked like her body was about 38. I was like, oh, fuck, man, that's incredible. Which, by the way, that's okay to me. I will take a butterface. Like, if I get to be that age and Pooh Bear goes to the Rainbow Bridge and I meet someone like that who body great but is a butterface, I might accept that. So I was really intrigued by it, and I was like, wow, look at her. She is something. And then there was a hard impact because I walked. There's this thing in the parking lot. It's a concrete block on the bottom, shaped almost triangular, almost like a Mayan pyramid, but it was only about 15 inches tall, and it that shape, and there was a pole in it, and there was a sign that said handicap parking. So my face actually came in contact with part of the sign, like the flat part of the sign, and the pole hit here on my shoulder, and my knee hit the pole, and I had my foot first hit the Mayan block. So I have run into this stationary object, and it went boom, 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 boom. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? And I'm shocked as fuck. And I in the process, stumbled, didn't go fully onto the ground, but my cadence is all jacked, and I'm trying to regain my balance. And I look back, and I see it, and it's wobbling a little bit. And I was like, God damn. And then I look up, and there's a guy who's walking towards me, and he's looking right at me, but he's not reacting. This all happens in an instant, and I'm like, well, he had to have seen this. He should be laughing. Why is he not? What's happening? So I made eye contact with him with this look on my face, like, yeah, you just saw that. And he goes, you were staring at her. And I was. So I then said, holy shit. And he just starts laughing. I go, so embarrassing. He goes, yeah, it was. Ha, ha, ha. And he just keeps walking. I don't know if he knew me from the radio, but it was a great moment. It was one that, well, there is footage of it. There has to be. I'm wondering if I could get that footage. I have the date and the time that it happened. I should say to Pooh Bear, can you bang on the door of the boss there to see if we can get the footage of me walking into this pole there? That would be outstanding. But damn. As soon as that happened, I was like, oh, God, I was badly embarrassed. And I go out. And every time these moments happen, I'm like, yeah, that story won't translate to the podcast. That's not funny. I am not going to tell that on the podcast. And whenever I have those moments, I then remind myself, yeah, that's going to be talked about on the podcast, and they are going to love that story. Linda says, I fell off the treadmill a week ago because I was texting, and I wish I had video of it. I'm still in pain. Yeah, oh boy. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Keep one hand on the side rail there. All right. That's kind of like the time that the Gary from the Men's Warehouse incident went down. At the time, I was like, well, I'm never telling this story. And when it has gone on to become arguably the top 3 story in the history of me doing anything on a microphone. Dare I say, number 1. Bread Bull Brain Chris says, anyway, you're telling us Pooh Bear eats at the Y. Well done. Thank you. If you are in West Michigan, you've got a problematic tree, cut it down with Kuiper Tree Care. Kuiper, treecare.com. 616-828-8225. Call or text. They'll give you an estimate. They do everything. Cut down the tree, grind the stump, trim the trees. Maybe a storm blows through and does a bunch of damage. I can clean that up for you. Perhaps you have a tree that you think there's something wrong with this tree, they have 3 certified arborists and will be able to determine what is wrong with the tree. 616-828-8225, KuiperTreeCare.com. I get my hair cut at King's Room Barbershop. 3 locations in West Michigan. Northland Drive, Caledonia, and at 821 36th Street. They'll cut your hair for you. They'll charge you $21 plus tip. They do all sorts of other things like hair darkening, change the color of it, whatever. Beard care. And the best advice for your hair grooming expertise needs. They have all the products you could ever want as well that are top-of-the-line hair care products at King's Room Barbershop. Online at kingsroom.net. All right. Where I live, they're talking about it may cost you a lot of money to heat your home. $1,000 a month is what they're saying the average could be. I can't believe that. It says the heating costs are expected to go up 7.6%. I'll be shocked if it gets that high. Come on now. Seriously, if I have to count on paying $1,000 a month to heat my home, that's the type of thing that makes me like seek out an alternate fuel source. Like one of those stoves that you put like wood in. Or like pellets or something like that. Corn cobs. There's one you can get where they give you corn cobs to burn. Rebecca says, just go get another job, Eric. Yeah, that might be the case. Murder Lover Linda says, I heat 1 floor of my house. Bread Bowl Brain Chris says 7.6% increase would put me up to like $120. Yeah, I don't know what math they're doing there. This might be a little bit of fear-mongering on the story to suggest that it might cost $1,000 a month to heat your home. Households, okay, this is why they're saying that. Whether you heat your home with gas or electricity, millions of Americans are expected to have a higher heating bill, averaging $976. Households that heat with electricity will be hit harder. And then they talk about how there are ways to keep your house not nearly, how to keep your house more efficient. They talk about getting a tune-up for your furnace before you get using it, and that would be great. But we don't have a heating and cooling team as the official heating and cooling team of the Eric Zane Show podcast right now. So, if you are listening to this show, and since I don't have an official heating and cooling provider for the show, your best bet is probably to look up in the phone book or the internet, definitely not the phone book, and go with the company that is like AAA Heating and Cooling. Badger says, I use pellets, $300 a month at most. You see, this is another reason to move up to Fear Bunker North with Pooh Bear. Wood-burning stove, and the fuel is free because there's 1 billion trees there that we can utilize. And then you season the wood for like 2 years, and then it burns hot because it's so dry. That's as I understand it. That's what I've been told. Molly says just work 150 hours a week, Eric. Okay, what she's pissed off, all right? And this is what happens when people get pissed off on here. On this show recently, I did made the point that 40 hours a week is not enough for people to earn enough money to survive and actually save some money for themselves for when they get old. 60 is the new 40. And audience members, in particular Molly, were very frustrated with that point of view and think that that is wrong and that they are not capable of working no more than 40 hours. That's why she is saying that. She is trying to rub my nose in shit. And she can, all right? That's encouraged. I want her to do that. That tells me, though, that she has not taken my advice and looked for secondary supplemental employment to be able to fund whatever it is she wants to fund. She will not work any more than 40 hours. 40 hours is the absolute maximum. She is worked to the bone at 40 hours. All right. Now, not all of you feel that way. But, I mean, she brought it up. Like Alan says, oh boy, here we go again. Well, I didn't bring it up. I mean, she did. Donut Dan says, I am afraid that electric and gas will soon become much like the pharmaceutical industry, gouging us for profits because they can. Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but sometimes it seems like it. I mean, our water utility just went up 55% where I live. And in addition, though, I think that state attorneys general typically are very watchful of that type of practice. And that's a good way for an energy company to get sued in a lot of cases. So I don't know if that's even possible. You know? All right. Anyway, one way to keep your heating costs from skyrocketing is regular maintenance. Change your air filters every 3 months, $20 or less. Annual tune-up, we talked about that. Yeah, that all seems like little stuff, though. Use caulk and weather stripping. Did you ever put the plastic up on the windows? You know, you put the tape on and then the plastic on and then use the hair dryer and it's like as tight as a drum. And then one day later, the tape has become not sticky and it's just like flapping around like a flag. Goddamn scam. All right, so winter should be bad. Curious how Pooh Bear is doing in the rain. Probably might be a good idea to actually check in on her. As I indicated, she is out walking around. I had to get her an actual raincoat and rain pants with suspenders yesterday. And to avoid hypothermia as she takes the kids from the school to the zoo. The only reason why I'm calling her.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? You're on the podcast. I want to see how the kids are doing.
We're good right now. We're still, the weather's not great, but they're all holding up pretty well.
Did any kids not have rain gear?
Oh, yes. One is in shorts and a T-shirt.
They can get hypothermia, you know.
I know. He made me mad.
He made
now
you
we're in
mad?
the goat.
Okay.
Now we're at the goats.
You're watching the goats?
Yeah, we're petting the goats now.
Oh, that's fun. Can you maybe interview a goat?
Hey, goat. Come here. How are you? She's not talking back.
Can you like pull its tail or something to make it?
No. Oh, okay. I got to go.
Okay.
Before I lose my children.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
That zoo is the best. I think I've told this story once before. Charity Scam Mike visited me. Alan says, did she honk at the goat? It worked out where it was Charity Scam Mike, my stepsister Elizabeth, and their daughter Sophia, who has special needs, in a wheelchair. I go, we'll take her to the zoo. And this worked out great. You know, when I'm with my family, hey, it's your old pal Eric Zane for Secret Nature, makers of ultra premium CBD gummies. And I'm going to tell you how you can take advantage of a special offer to save you 30% in a minute. But let me share this with you. You know that I've got about 1 million things going during any given day. And I just recently discovered Secret Nature to help me keep it all together during the day and help me wind down when the day is done. Ultra premium CBD gummies from Secret Nature. Crafted with real botanicals, nothing extra, and designed to support your day with clean, purposeful functionality. I want you to try Secret Nature Ultimate Premium CBD Gummies. Organic, farm-grown, not made in a lab. You can try Bliss for clear focus and productive flow. That's what I use during the day. And Snoozers to unwind and rest at the end of the day. Consistent, measured CBD per gummy, so there's no guessing. Intentional formulations that feel clean and slot naturally into your routine. Take it from me, I keep it all together during the day with Bliss. And when it's time to relax, sometimes my mind is going 1,000,000 miles an hour from all of the things that I've done during the day and the things that I have to do on the next day. That's when I'll take the Snoozers to unwind. You need to try Secret Nature Ultra Premium Gummies. And here's what I want you to do. You can get 30% off of your first order at secretnature.com with code ZANE. That's secretnature.com, code ZANE. And then let me know how it goes. Again, get 30% off of your first order at secretnature.com with code ZANE. That's secretnature.com, code ZANE. Secret Nature. Hey, it's Eric Zane for an amazing gift site, uncommongoods.com. Handmade artisan creations for you to buy for someone as an amazing gift. I found a storybook DIY kit. I know you've seen these on bookshelves at bookstores where it says you can, quote, open a magical portal on your bookshelf when you build one of these wonderfully detailed 3D scenarios. Went book shopping with Pooh Bear. You know, that's her thing. And she saw one of these. She goes, oh, I would love one of these. Well, it just so happens since I've partnered with Uncommon Goods, they feature these for sale. Plus, thousands of other amazing products that you can check out for that special gift for someone. The holidays are fast approaching. You can do your shopping right from your laptop or desktop or your mobile device. UncommonGoods.com. Uncommon Goods curates products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made right here in the good old US of A. Many are crafted by independent artists and small businesses because they're made in small batches. The best finds can sell out fast. So go there and look around. UncommonGoods.com. You won't believe some of the things that are available to help your shopping experience to make someone very, very happy. UncommonGoods.com has something for everyone, from moms and dads to kids and teens, from book lovers, history buffs, diehard football fans to foodies. You'll find thousands of new gift ideas that you won't find anywhere else. And it's time to save some cash. That's right. Shop early, have fun, just in time for the holidays. Get 15% off your next gift when you go to uncommongoods.com/Zane. That's uncommongoods.com/Zane right now for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. uncommongoods.com/Zane. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary. I'm not Mr. Big Shot. But in this particular case, I was, and they had not seen this before, me being Mr. Big Shot. So I'm walking up to the front gate where you get the tickets to the zoo. And I go to buy the tickets. I go, yeah, we'll need 1, 2, 3, 4 adults. Actually, she was probably like 16 at the time. We need 5 adults. And the person at the gate said, you're all set. And I go, okay. And I go, do you need and I hadn't paid. And they said, yeah, you're free, EZ. Go on. We love you at the hockey games. Take your family. Have a good time. Wow. Okay. As we're doing our thing, at some point we get hungry. And we go to the concession stand. And, it's priced like you would expect it to be at the zoo. So, I'll take 3 chicken sandwiches, 4 fries, and 2 hot dogs, a burger. Go with the nachos, 5 Cokes, and, it's like $700. And she goes, okay, here you go, on the house. And I'm like, what? She goes, your money's no good here, EZ. I'm like, oh, my God. And Mike is standing right there, and he's like, holy shit, this is amazing. Jesus Christ, I know I did. Look at you. He's like bubbling up with energy. He goes, you're like the mafia. You get everything free. So that doesn't happen, but this one time it was. And so then I'm like, yeah, it's the way it is. That's how it is being a big shot. Big fish, small pond. Here we go. Easy. Yeah. We go to get Sophia a camel ride. And there's all these kids that are lined up from one of the local black people only grade schools, it seemed like. And Sophia wanted a camel ride, and they like cut the line. They open the thing and they go, come on in, Easy. You're at the front of the line. And we put Sophia on a camel, and I jumped up there with her. And you hear all these moms and dads go, "What? Who is that fool? Who is that fool cutting the line?" And we're like, shut up. And off we went. And Mike says, this is the greatest trip we have ever taken. They've got like this zoo goes up. It's built on a hill, and the path goes around it, and you're constantly going up. And you get to the very tip top, and there's a tram you can take to take you down. It's like a train car. Man Bun Chris says this is the biggest humble brag of them all. No, it's a total brag. It was outstanding, and I'm proud of it. It was great, and I hope it happens more often. It should. And I get up there, and you actually have to pay. And the guy goes, this is free for you. Come on in, Easy. You're free. I'm like, I know it. I'm great. God damn it. And that was amazing. It was one of the greatest days of my life. And Mike was like, he's in awe. And I'm telling him, I go, this is every day for me. It's not, but I told him it was. I go, this is every day. I don't pay for groceries. This car we had to buy, I didn't even pay for it. They just gave it to me. And he believed me because he's dumb. Man Bun Chris, humble brag. That hill is great for repeats. Man Bun Chris says, sorry, Easy. Easy probably forgot. Repeats are a form of exercise. Thank you. All right. That's okay. You can say that. Kind of hurts. I mean, it's not like I am avoiding. It's very painful for me to be as athletic as you are. I'm quite a bit older than you, and the arthritis is killing me, but, go ahead. Have your fun. He says, I'm just messing, Pop. You don't need to explain it. I know you are. It's totally fine. Donut Dan says, unfortunately, they did not know you when you bought the fraud bus, right? Thanks. It always comes back to that. That's so true. Okay, this is ugly. Not far from here in beautiful Ottawa County. You see this every so often. This has happened more than once where I live. This enormous structure that is burning. It's probably like 3 football fields long, and you see flames all around it. Inside of there is about 45,000 turkeys. It's a big industry around here, and there are several of those structures, probably like 8, 9, 10 in a row on one piece of property, each housing about 50,000 turkeys. So at any given time, there's that many turkeys, 400 plus thousand turkeys, upwards of 500,000 that are there. And this place caught on fire. So there they are, just enjoying the day, and somehow a spark ignites the thing. And just like that, 50,000 turkeys are cooked. Scott asks, did they die? Well, yeah, they died. Look at the place is on fire. What do you think? They hurried them all out? What the fuck is wrong with you? Donko says, oh, fuck, are they okay? No, the asshole, it's burning. Clown of Carnage says, I wonder how it smelled. Upon further inspection, Maureen is right. There were no turkeys inside the barn. Thank God. I was 100% convinced that has happened, though. Can you imagine the screaming of those poor bastards in there when that thing catches on fire? Goddamn. All right, I totally screwed that up. So I thought it burned all the way with the goddamn turkeys in it. Okay, what are we doing for Thanksgiving? Are you deep frying? Are you roasting? Are you hosting? Are you going to? What are you doing? It's me, not you. 1969 says, does anyone know where to buy a turkey right now? David says, where were all the turkeys? I don't know. Maybe they're just short of them. Maureen says, when we were kids, we had a pig barn go up in flames. Sadly, the pigs were inside. Whatever you do, remember to brine. Please brine your bird. There are directions online about how to do this, but it's going to be basically going to be in a big pot with a ton of salt water surrounding it, and it stays under the water, submersed, and the salty brine solution becomes one with every cell of the turkey so that it's seasoned perfectly. Every morsel of turkey muscle is seasoned the best. And it helps with moisture so that it stays a nice moist bird. So it's like a ribeye steak when you eat it. My God. There's nothing worse than the dry bird. Someone who just unwraps it and throws it in the fucking oven like an idiot. Some of you do the deep fry thing. I've done that once and it sucked because it happened to be on a day that it was super fucking cold, and the fire wasn't even getting the oil hot enough to cook it appropriately, and it just came out like shit. Maybe I need to do it again because David says it is fantastic. Man Bun Chris says pretty soon it is going to be great food giveaway time. Not going to lie, I am so looking forward to that. The great food giveaway right around Christmas time where we pass the hat, literally just pass the hat, and everybody throws in a few bucks. And then we buy all the turkeys and all of the food that goes with the Christmas dinner, including potatoes, gravy, rolls, stuffing. Do we do stuffing? I don't think we do stuffing. We do pies. And then we box up all the food individually, and we give them to people who have lined up at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. And, you know, what's interesting about this is when we started doing this in 2020, we had probably 3-4 cars waiting there when we started it. And then we probably gave away most of our food, but it took a long time to give it all away. And we had to have a couple of food pantries actually show up so we could help them stock their food pantries, giving them like several boxes of food because it was hard to give it all away. Fast forward to last year. At the start of the event time, there was a 3/4 of a mile long line of cars of people hoping to get a Christmas meal. And the time it took literally, I had to count out because we had however many meals we had, and it was just about the same amount of cars. So we couldn't, the need was greater than what we had to give away. What day are we giving out food? Rebecca says, I want to join this year. I don't know. Megan and I did have a conversation, but I forget the date. Let's see. I am thinking if Christmas is the 25th, it might be the 19th. Stevie says it's usually on a Friday. Megan says, no, it's Monday, the 22nd. Hold on. O'Neill's having a dream. Listen to this. He's barking in his dream. He's chasing a squirrel. Are you done? Okay, the dream's over. Save the date, Monday, December 22. More details. How many did we give away last year, Megan? What was the amount that we gave away? I know we are changing Myers because Mike Ball has recommended this, and there is a high mutant factor at the Jennison Meyer. There was one guy that I worked with there who was outstanding, and then he moved to another Meyer. And the moron that I had helping me last year dropped the ball, and everything got screwed up. I had a bad feeling about that idiot. So the Standell Meyer is where we will be making the purchase this year. Mike Ball knows those folks, and because he said to me, he goes, yeah, the Standell folks are better. They're actually adults running the damn store. Jennison is a bunch of child mutants that are in charge, and they suck. Megan says, I feel like it was 150, but I have no idea. I just know it went up by 50. Yes, you're right. It was 150. So we haven't yet decided if we're going to do 150 or more. I don't know. We are going to do the feminine hygiene products as well. So the money that you give when we pass the hat around will go towards funding the meals. And Team Pink is going to be passing out female feminine hygiene products. Rave reviews for the Standell Meyer from various audience members. Bread Bowl Brain Chris says that's his. Stevie and Ryan, too. Where the hell's Ryan been? Quit being gay and get back on the show. Or do you mean Ryan Weber? Ryan W. I think you mean Ryan W., don't you? He's not the gay one. Kyle Ryan is who I was thinking of. Jennison Meyer is ridiculous, says David. Rebecca says, when do we start passing the hat? I'm not sure on that. I haven't gotten that far. It won't be too long, though. Okay. Around where I live, there's an event called Tulip Time, and that is Holland, Michigan, where they grow a bunch of tulips, and it's a tribute towards, Dutch life. They have the parades where people walk down the street with the wooden shoes. A large population of that community is Dutch. And this event called Tulip Time is, they're like, hey, it's a free event. You can come and walk around downtown Holland. And while that's true, it's far from free. There's plenty of things that happen that you will be paying for, whether it's parking or they have this one area where there's this one windmill that they brought in from like the Netherlands piece by piece, and they built it here in Holland. It's some famous windmill, and it's surrounded by acres of tulips. But if you actually want to go and see it, you got to pay like money to walk in and take a look at it. It's become very commercialized. And they just announced their entertainment. And here's the thing about this. This is such a racket to make money that you really don't have to put any solid entertainment up there, and there's going to be millions of people that are going to go to it. And if you happen to be anywhere near the community of Holland, Michigan, when this event happens in the spring, you're going to hate your life because this town is set up for like 2,000 people, and all of a sudden there's a massive influx of assholes. And you cannot move in this community. Like, if you want to go eat in that community, you can't. It's ridiculous. So I give Tulip Time a big middle finger, all right? This thing blows. I don't know why people do that. Chris says the walking part is free, LOL. Yeah, that's the only thing that's free. And then you walk around and say, oh, my God, I'm so hot. I think I need a bottle of water. I'll be $11 at the food truck. Oh, holy shit. Bob says there are only two things I hate in this world: people who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch. That is taken from one of the Austin Powers films, I think. Michael Caine. In this article, what's new? In addition to its walking and VIP tours, cha-ching, another option, the Holland Highlights Tour. Visitors will spend half a day on a motor coach, accompanied by a guide in costume who will show them the area's most iconic landmarks. Eye roll, what? There's the new immersion garden designed by Dutch horticulturist Ibo Gulsen. Snooze, music, a magician, and more. 2026 concert lineup features Michael Carbonaro, a magician and actor who stars in True TV's The Carbonaro Effect. That actually sounds pretty good. I love magic, and that guy, I think, is excellent. So he's the headliner. Also performing, the Texas Tenors. They were on America's Got Talent in 2009. They are going to perform. You say you like Elton John? Good news. At this year's Tulip Time, I'm not making it up, Elton Ron is performing. Promises the authentic look, feel, and sound of an Elton John concert. Now, this is Holland, Michigan. I wonder if there'll be a lot of gay people in the audience, because if that's the case, there might be a Dutch right-wing conservative versus the gay people rumble in the crowd at the Elton Ron tribute concert. Folks, you can also shake it off with Love Story, a Taylor Swift tribute with Ricky Lee Wilson. The 2026 lineup also features Fiddle Fire. That actually sounds pretty good. I love fiddle playing, which they performed there for years, in the Holland American Legion Band. So you get the old timers. Served in wars. Our target market is 0 to 99. So you've got to provide a lot of different things, said the lady who runs it. Wasn't the last guy who ran Tulip Time, wasn't he the one who just got busted for doing something terrible? I think that was the case. The guy who ran Tulip Time got busted for taking upskirts at various locations throughout West Michigan. And I think he just got sentenced. All right. Regarding the tours, David says, to say what? There is nothing in Holland worth touring. All right. I don't think Tulip Time will be a sponsor on this here podcast anytime soon. Probably not going to work out. Okay. Thank you, as always, to Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. With open enrollment beginning, you want to reach out to Frank to get all the information you can to help you out with that. Don't just reach out to somebody at healthcare.gov and give them your info. Have Frank do it all for you. Schedule an appointment at buyinsurancehere.com. That is buyinsurancehere.com. TC Paintball. Book a fun-filled event for your entire group at TC Paintball. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. Great place to book an event in West Michigan. All the details on their website, tcpaintballgr.com. Not featuring axe throwing. Again, go to tcpaintballgr.com. They got a fully stocked pro shop, because after you play paintball, you're going to want to buy a paintball gun. They take care of you there. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, 616-532-6600. They work on all cars. They work on EVs. They work on hybrids. And they can help you out anytime you need it at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. You can also call them 616-532-6600. That is 616-532-6600 for Irvine's. Remember to join me on Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Later on today, 6 p.m., we will kick off another edition of Who Are These Free Beers? Followed by the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. That's how we do it. Did I say Wednesday? Big Fraud Wednesday. I think I did. Today's asshole of the day is none other than Greg Opie Hughes. Congrats to you. That's a first, I think. I don't think Opie has won. Kind of a different universe for me. Cole says, asshole of the day, Opie, for having the chance with a good back and forth with Erock and not doing it. He's a dipshit. There you go. Thank you for your time today, ladies and gentlemen. As always, you are the absolute best. I appreciate you so much, and I will talk to you a little later on. Have a good one, folks. Thank you. Bye-bye.